Now that we have the part built, we can run a simulation on it. As noted in the assignment, we're going to apply an axial load to it. So we'll start with a new study. It's going to be static. And once we have the static selected, we can then fix one end, right-clicking and selecting Fix Geometry. In this case, I'm going to rotate and select the face, which is where we did the base sketch. And that end of the rod is now fixed. It will not move. I'm going to rotate around and look at the other end of the rod and apply an external load to it by right-clicking and putting a force onto it. Here's the face we're going to select. If you zoom in, you'll see that the purple force arrows are actually pointed into the part, not out of the part. I want to use a tension. I want to put the part in tension, so I'm going to reverse the direction. And through a manual calculation, I figured out that somewhere around 35,000 newtons will put the stress on the part near the yield stress of 1.25 gigapascals. So I've put that in there, and now I'm going to run this study, and we'll see what happens. I believe it'll default to the von Mises stress. Let's check the results, and we'll take a look at fixing that in a moment. Now the part is there in this ugly green, and you can see that the, tell you what, we'll zoom out. But the yield strength of 1.25 gigapascals is achieved on the part, and it's has a sliding color scale. So the part that's blue is there, and it looks like our maximum stress with that applied loading is 1.8 gigapascals. Now, I am going to make a few changes to this. I'm going to look at changing the chart to make it a little more friendly. So let's change the chart options to switch some things. My computer is very slow. It's an $85 Windows 7 laptop. I'd like to change these so that they're not in scientific notation, that they're showing in gigapascals or megapascals. I'd like this to be in megapascals also, and I want to switch to the normal stress. So let's see what we've got for options here. If I go to definition, I can change the units to megapascals. I can change the stress type to, I want the X normal stress. And I look at the settings, those are okay. Chart options. Let's change it from scientific notation to just floating. And let's apply all that. And you can see, okay, well, this looks a little simpler. Now we've got the stress in the X direction. We've got those showing. Now let's zoom in on the part and find out where the stress is. Now I know from previous investigation that there are some local effects at the fixed end which cause a stress increase, which is not what we care about in this case. But if you zoom in on the fixed end, you'll see the little red sections where it has some localized stress that is high. Let's do that now. Somehow. My response time on this computer is pretty slow. I tell you what, I'll let you zoom in and take a look at it. And that's it for this assignment. So if you have any questions, feel free to text me or come early and I'll help you through it in the hour before class.